Hi everyone, my name is Djuradj Vujcic. Welcome to the Urban Book Circle. My guest today is Steven ADEMOLU. He is a professional Canadian soccer player and coach. He's played for teams such as Trelleborg, Tromsø, Loveham, Ekranas, Windsor Stars, and he's also played for the Canadian national team from 2005 and playing up until 2010. And he will be joining me now. Steven,
look at that. Hey.
How's it going?
Hey, I'm all good. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to see you, I can say, or virtually see you.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute.
How are things?
Busy, good, different. With this whole COVID thing, it's a bit different, but
a bit crazy.
You just gotta adapt, man. That's it.
Yeah. What are your? I'm pretty good. I heard you're starting a YouTube channel.
Yes, I am. Boy, I see the shirt, boy. I done put on the shirt for advertisement and stuff.
Nice.
No, so it's called CT2 ADEMOLU, and I'm gonna start off like teaching training exercises, and then after that I'll move on to, maybe taking some notes from you and start interviewing some people. And I think there's a lot of kids out there that don't understand the high school to university, even grade school to high school, university to even professional. So I've been lucky enough to travel the path of obviously grade school, high school, scholarship. I went D2 and I went D1, and then I did my whole pro thing. So I think I got a lot to share and a lot to help these kids with.
Did you first start coaching? I think it was back in like 2013 or 2014.
Yeah, around there.
And you've been coaching ever since?
Ever since.
Okay. How are you enjoying it? I should ask. I assume you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I had this plaque. This girls team. It was a 2008 girls team I coached last year. They gave me a plaque with a picture of me and the team, and it's fun. I mean, it's different. Sometimes you want to get out there and actually play, but you can't. I think the most important thing I've always had, but I think I have a bit more patience with kids. It doesn't matter how old you are. You just got to have patience with these kids. It's a different time. When I grew up, my coaches didn't have patience. They were older and they were strict and they were European or African or Caribbean, and they said what they said, and you had to do what they said, and they said it however they wanted to say it, and you had to follow. So for me, I like to have fun with them. I don't want them to think of it like a job. When they turn pro, hey, it's a job. But for now, you got to develop them and try to have fun and be competitive. So it's been okay so far.
Do you find that they're more receptive to your type of approach as opposed to like the old school kind of approach?
Yeah, there's a time to play and there's a time to get strict. Like, they know how to play with me, and you got to know your team. You got to get to know your players and stuff. They're very receptive to how I approach, because I do things with a smile on my face. You know me, man, I'm happy as hell. Let me tell you something. When I ruptured my Achilles, that's when I appreciated everything 20 times more. So
why though? Like, why that?
Man, if those of you who are watching that have ruptured their Achilles, it's like you got to learn how to walk again. You got to learn how to move your ankle. You got to learn how to walk. You got to learn how to stand. The hardest thing for me was to move my feet. Like, I couldn't move my feet. And I'm like, man, I took that for granted the whole time. I'm here twisting people's feet, and I'm doing stuff, and it just had to like calm me down. And that therapy was... It'll change your life, man. That really changed me.
So what does your schedule look like now during COVID?
Well, I got my academy. So it's on my academy. It's called CT2 training, or CT2. It's complete technical training. And I've been doing that a bit. Got a job, got a normal job. I think that's one thing professionals don't like to do. Man, I work at UPS. I'm a preloader. I ain't got no problem with that. you gotta be humble, and I still coach, and I'm the technical director at LaSalle Soccer Club in Windsor. I do a lot of Zoom classes, soccer classes. What else do I do? Got into a little investing and stuff like that, but yeah, that's it, man. That's about it.
Do you still write? Like when you did for the Urban Book Circle way back in the day?
No, honestly, I just did it for you, and that was it.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay.
That was it. That was I don't even know what got into me when I did that. You persuaded me, and you got me writing. So I mean, that was the only time.
Oh, okay. People liked reading those.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, like lots of good comments. I remember. Yeah.
If I could get someone to just sit with me and let me speak, and they write it, man, I might have to try that again, because I enjoyed it. I think, what was it called? The unkept. What was it called? I think it was.
Was it the best kept secret?
The best kept secret.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one, man.
The best kept secret from Windsor, Ontario.
Yeah, that was good. That was a really good one.
In case whoever's watching doesn't know, Stephen is the best soccer player to come from Windsor, Ontario. He won't say it himself, but so I'll just say it.
That's how humble I am. I don't know if I am or not. I let everybody else to judge, But I appreciate that.
Well, it's the truth. When it comes to writing, like, maybe you're not really missing out, because I love writing myself, but I notice now with like YouTube, technology is so amazing. Whereas writing, like you said, unless you're dictating it to someone or you're doing a voice to text, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's kind of old fashioned in a way. And it's harder, actually. Like, this is kind of easier. We're not writing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Other people can join us and listen. Yeah, so, would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. We're getting ancient, man. People aren't even writing with pen. Hey, people not even writing. They're bringing computers as classes and stuff.
Yeah.
I just had an argument with a kid. I said, hey, you know what a payphone is? He said, a payphone? What's a payphone? I don't know what a payphone is. You know what a payphone is? You put the quarter. It was a quarter, but now it's like 35 cents. But he's all like, no, that's like ancient, man. That's from the 70s. I'm like, all right, I'm getting old.
I see your jerseys there in the background.
Oh, boy, hey, you had just caught me at the right time. Do not think this is choreographed. I am going to be putting them up. Behind me, I got Trelleborg. I got Tromso. You can't really see the red. I got the blue ones, Lithuania, number 7. The Canadian when I played against Argentina. And I got my the Greek man, Stamatopoulos, Kenny.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome.
That's my peoples right there. That's my brother right there. And Patrice. You know what I mean? Patrice's jersey's not there, but we're going to get him in here soon enough. How
did you decide, like, on coaching the exact age group that you coach? Like, is that something that you get to pick?
To be honest, how it worked, I don't coach that 2008, the U12 team anymore because of COVID. It just kind of ruined the dynamics of it. But I coached 4 girls that came to my training, my CT2, and, it just kind of worked where their coach that they had, he was that old school person. He was yelling and just bringing these girls down. And I don't care if you're a female or a male, you ain't got to be like that. You teach them. You ain't got to yell at them and bring them down. That to me isn't it's not the way you do it. So they were gonna get rid of their coach. So I kind of just took over, and I kind of was like, if I didn't coach them, they wouldn't play soccer. So I had to make a decision. I did not want to coach. I like my training where I can train you and then give you back to your team. But I had a choice. It was like 4 or 5 girls. It was either, let them spread around and not play a season, or me step up and be a big dog and help them out. And I think they developed so much better than the years before. And their coach, the parents were so happy. The kids were having fun. They wanted to come to practice. They wanted to run. So I changed their whole mindset. So just kind of happened. So right now I don't coach. Just do my academy. I was coaching in the States before they kind of shut everything down. So that is what it is.
Are you still playing anywhere?
Yeah, I was supposed to play for, they were called what were they called in the States? Man, Oakland City or something like that. I was supposed to play there last summer, and it was going to be a really good experience because I would play against D1 players, D2 players, and I just wanted to see if I still got it. You know, at 30 something, I'm not gonna get my age, but at 30 something, you know, sometimes I want to see if I got it. You know, I want people to knock me off my pedestal. I'm not a high head, but like knock me down so I can say, okay, you know, you guys got it. Let me get out. But I was supposed to play for them, and it didn't work. I played for a local team. They were called Windsor Soccer Club, and now they're Chicharo Club, and it's really good because I get to coach. I get to help out with the youth program there. So let's keep them busy. Man, I look fit in this camera. Boy, my arms look thick. Jesus. Flex up over here.
You mentioned academies. Do you think that was something that was missing in Canadian soccer? Like, is it because if you look at like Europe, for example, and then not just Europe, but I'll take Europe as an example, right? Where they've always had academies, and now kind of we've only here in Canada started doing the whole academy thing fairly recently.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I like what Sigma's doing. Man, I mess with Toronto, but some of the stuff they be doing there is funny. Yeah, for me, I started off. It was called ADEMOLU Soccer Academy. For me, it was just a training, but it was supposed to go into like I was just training like from U8 to U14, and I had teams playing, and it just never developed like that. It is what it is, but it didn't develop. But I think it will help Canada. I just think the most important thing is the coaching. You know, man, I could go on and on, but it's Ontario soccer, so you know, I mean, you know, it ain't. Maybe I'll change my mind, but it ain't for me. You know, I like to feel natural. I'll give it to you like this: when you go for your driver's test, you know how to drive, but you get a little nervous. And you put your hands on the wheel, and you're still a little nervous. You don't want to make mistakes and everything, but you have to put your hands 2 point. You have to be checking. When you're doing your coaching license, it feels like that. And for me, it shouldn't feel like that. It should feel natural, you know? I shouldn't have someone standing over me in this atmosphere telling me I have to stop a play, and like it's got to be natural, you know? You can't tell me in one session I have to stop at a certain number. That ain't natural for me. So, I mean, maybe they changed it, but when I did it, it was, I don't know. There was some good points, but I don't know.
What did it look like when you were starting out? Like back when you were, you know, really young, like a young kid? How did someone notice you playing and it went from there? Like, I was always wondering how that looked when you were first starting out.
Like what level? You mean as a youth kid, like a kid?
Yeah, like as like maybe age 6 to 8.
I started late. I started when I was like 9, and I played house league. How it was, the whole structure, everything's in change, man. Again, I could go on and on, man. It'd be another segment, but for me, I think. Well, I went U9. I U8 or 9. I started. I played house league. And how it worked was you could play house league and travel. So some of the players that were playing house league were playing travel too. So me and my teammates were doing so good that, you know, the travel team coach seen us was like, hey, it was an honor for us to try out for his team. So he only invited us to try out. And from that point on, we made the team. You know, they gave us a jacket. We felt like we were like superstars, and from that point on, I played. But they allowed me to play house league and travel. When I say travel, we played 4 tournaments in the States, and we played the Robin tournament, Robin Hills. What's it called? I think Robin Hills. The Robin. We played the Sarnia, and one more in Toronto. So we played a total of like 6 or 7 tournaments every year since I was 9 to 16, 17. So that was how I started, and my dad coached me, and it wasn't easy, but let me tell you, he didn't treat me like a son, you know? He treated me like a soccer player. He could differentiate between you being a soccer player and him being father. I didn't feel like he was bullying me and he was giving me advantage. If I didn't do something right, that man took me off and he let me know in that car ride home. So that's how I started but I won so many awards when I was 14, 15. Like I was playing in the OISL, and that was the highest one in Ontario. And I was player of the year. I was top goal scorer, and tried out for the provincial team and failed. They cut me. I think the age of 15 and I don't know 17, 18. They cut me every time. I understand why now, but it is what it is. But I don't regret it. I wasn't mad. I just said, you know what? If I got it, they're gonna come and get me eventually. And in the long run, Canada picked me up. So I don't even know if I answered your question.
I think you did.
Yeah.
So how did you get noticed by UNC Pembroke after that?
I had a bunch of videos, and like I said, my dad. All these people watching. If you just listen to your parents, but man, it's tough to say that because some parents don't know what the hell they're doing. They just don't know what they're doing, and they're trying to lead their child to something that they know nothing of. So it's hard to say listen to your parents about soccer, but in life you should listen to your parents. But for me, man, I had video. I had all my video from high school. I had videos from high school, but we had the old thing. We had the cassette player and the other cassette, and you had to stop, record. You had to send it out. So my dad sent all my cassettes out all over America, and he didn't hold no grudge. He didn't want me to play in Canada. No offense now, but he did not want me. He wanted me out the house and out the country. So they noticed my highlight tape, and they liked it. It was high school, and it was travel soccer, and we won Ontario Cup that year. So they looked at my video. I went out there. I looked at the campus. It is North Carolina, and I just gone on up. My parents drove me, dropped me off. Boom, I didn't see them till the end of the year. So, and then after that, I had a good season, and then I went to Cleveland State. And from Cleveland State to get to Europe, let me tell you, man, I just destroyed everybody. I took it personal. I said every school that didn't like me, every school that said I couldn't do it, they're gonna learn. And I showed them. Every team I played against. My first year at Cleveland, I was newcomer of the year. Second year, I was player of the year. And then Canada and everybody else, they kind of had no choice because all the players that were in university that were playing for the Canadian national team, if I'm better than you, gotta get. If my name's ahead of them, you have no choice now. You'd be a fool not to get me. And that's where the best kept secret is because, I had to jump up. If I didn't put my name on top of them, they would have just slept on me like they were sleeping on me. So.
And how'd you get the call later on from Trelleborg, like after Cleveland State?
It just worked where, my university kind of like, they used and abused me. I don't know if people know, but in certain states in America, they tax you on your scholarship. So if you're on a full ride scholarship, if you're in a state that taxes you, you have to pay. That's $2,000 a semester, depending on what state you're in. I did not know that. I thought full ride means I don't have to pay anything. So long story short, I reached out to my school and they were not trying to help me. So I contacted, I had played for the U23 Canadian Olympic team. And I had an agent, and my coach from my youth team knew an agent, and somehow it just worked where they're like, give me a month. It took like 2 weeks, and I was out in Sweden, and then from there it went bananas, man.
What was that like playing in Europe in the UEFA competitions with thousands of crazy fans or tens of thousands?
Let me tell you, man, I never knew about Lithuania. I didn't know too much about Lithuania, but I feel like there's a shadow here. Is there a shadow? No, can I see? No, what came first was UEFA Cup. They call that Europa League now, and yeah, that was different. I just got thrown in there. I think our first game was against a Danish team. We won, and I forget who the other team was, but it was a great experience. It was unbelievable to be in a group with, to beat Galatasaray in UEFA Cup. That was big. To play in front of, there was so many fans. You'll never understand it if you didn't play true professional in front of 50, 30. I mean, you could say whatever you want, but when you feel that, that's different, man. That's different. Like, it ain't no joke. You know, you got to have something special about you. That's why I respect all my professionals, especially when you're playing against in front of 40,000, 20,000, 10,000. That was big for me. After that, you couldn't phase me. You could do nothing to phase me. If you have people booing you, throwing things at you, talking about your mom, your sister, they attack you, man. It's religion in these countries. So after that, Galatasaray, we got through. My group stage for UEFA Cup was insane. I had Roma, I had Basel, FC Basel, I had Red Stars, and I had FC Strasbourg in France. So that's big. And then Champions League came with Lithuania, and trust me, I didn't think Lithuania would get me in Champions League. And team from Azerbaijan, FK Baku. It's insane. It's insane that these fans, like, I would never have thought that country would have that many fans that are fanatics, and that shocked me. That's still. But even we played the next year we played against a Finnish team, the Finnish champions. I forget the name of them, but man, those fans were vicious, man. Like, man, you start talking they start talking and they start doing stuff and they start. Man, it's not easy, let me tell you. But it was fun. It was really fun.
When you look back, like, what team did you enjoy playing for the most? Like, where do you have the most fond memories?
Fun, man. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one because in Tromsø I had my Canadian people. I had Kenny Stamatopoulos and I had Patrice Bernier, and they were like, it was cool to have two Canadians there with you, you know? For me, that was big. And Hitchfield came, the goalie came. So that was special, going out with those guys and just being around Canadians. That was good. But for me, love him. Every club gave me something. Like Sweden, boy, Trelleborg treated me like a king, man. And I respect them for that because I was new coming from university. And they treated me really nice. They treated me so nice, and I always respect them for that. So I like that experience. Norway, I told you, with the Canadians. I played for this team, Loveham. Boy, they made me enjoy soccer. They were a bunch of guys that were fun, and they made me happy. Like, you could see me dancing in my highlights. They made me happy. Lithuania, you know, they gave me UEFA because they gave me that feeling to, like, now I'm playing in the biggest stage. I didn't get to the group stages for Champions League, but they made me feel like I was a true professional, you know, commercials, photo shoots. It was like, so everyone had its own thing. I couldn't pick one, you know.
Did any of the fans ever take it too far when you were playing in maybe some of those countries in Europe?
Oh, hell yeah. Lithuania? It is what it. Lithuania. At that time they didn't see many black people, so yeah, you know, one or two games, you know, see the bananas, you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
See the they doing the monkey noises and stuff. But for me, man, I'm built like a gorilla. You're not gonna phase me. You know what I remember in grade school? People used to bully people. Even when I was younger, they used to pick on people. And used to try to get a reaction. They're only doing it to get a reaction. You can't. I'm thick. You can't do that to me. I'm not gonna stoop to your level and hit you and say you want a reaction. I never gave anybody a reaction. I just went back on the field. Listen, everybody deals with racism on the field differently. Me, I will punish you on that field. If you're giving me those noises, and you're that home team, you're that team. That's home, and I'm playing against you, I'll punish them. I'll score 3-4 goals, and I'll laugh at you, and I promise you, you won't be doing that. And if you do, you're going to walk home, and you're going to be upset. You're going to be upset. Because if you're a diehard fan and you feel as though you have to use racism, because if you look at what happens, people that are being racist, they do this to get a reaction. They do this because they're not educated. They're children. They're like grown-up children. And they try to do things to make you react. I can fight. I know I can fight. If someone comes up to me and says, "Oh, you're a B and you're a sister and your mother," am I gonna hit him? I'm gonna be, get out of here, man. You don't want none. Now, if you hit me, that's different. But you're not gonna get a reaction. You're not going to get me to react to your silliness because I'm educated. I know that you're looking for a reaction. I'm not going to give it to you. I'm going to punish you by saying nothing. You know how hard it hurts people when they try to get a reaction and you walk away or you smile? When I smiled at them in Lithuania that were racist to me, they didn't know what to do. They were confused. Why is he smiling at me? Why is he still scoring on me? Damn, and that's my team. I got the scarf and everything. Now I got to go home upset and racist. I don't know. Don't words never hurt me. Let me tell you that.
So you've always been kind of like, that's been your mindset your whole life?
Yeah, I mean, you put your hands on me, I put my hands on you. You know, and I may not do that now. At my age, I probably wouldn't even do that. You put your hands on me, man. I ain't gonna do too much. You know what I mean? But I've always been strong. I was never going, like, I remember being interviewed in Lithuania and them saying, you know, I just said it's only a selective few of fans, you know, it's not the whole stadium. And even if it was, if you all abide by this and this is your country and you let this happen, you're no bigger than them. You're as small as them. So, I mean, I've always been tough. Like, you're not going to do little things to get you're not going to do little big things. You're not going to say words to get a reaction from you. It just, I'm bigger than that. You know, I'm bigger than that. So my feelings about all this, you know, race, it's different because I'm built different. You know, I just.
Do you think like UEFA and FIFA have come a far way, or is it still kind of like a problem?
Oh, I think it's a problem. I think they need to address it. The same as racism in America. It won't disappear. You may say whatever you want. You can express yourself and have all these causes, but we need to do a bit more, especially in the soccer community. You know, I see some countries, even Champions League, they didn't take the knee. Some teams aren't even taking the knee. So what are we doing here? You know, are we all together? Or in Italy, they didn't take the knee. So what are we doing? And we know there's a lot of racism in all those countries, but we don't see them take the knee. You know, that would be significant if the whole FIFA community, Champions League, UEFA Cup, all I see taking the knee, and I watch soccer all the time, is England. Every time before the game, it's England. I don't think I've seen France. I don't think I've seen Belgium. I don't think I've seen Italy once. So, I mean, Spain I don't think does, and, you know, what can you do? I mean, well.
When I was talking to you in preparation for this interview, you told me that just now you're doing a lot of things that you should have done years ago. And obviously I am too, because I'm a sport management student now, finally.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So I was going to ask, like, what did you mean, like, when you said that you're doing things now that you should have done before? Was it because you were so busy playing all the time?
Yeah, you know, there's so many things. Like, for example, this YouTube channel, I've been should have did this a long time ago, you know, but I've just been like, you know, I don't really want to. I don't want to be out there like that. I don't want people to like look at me. I do my thing, you do your thing. And, you know, I just grew up and I'm like, you know what? I have so much knowledge in my head and skill wise and the exercises I do, and I motivate kids. When I coach kids in the States and Canada, they enjoy my sessions and they love it and they want me to come back because I do with energy. I do with passion. I know how it feels at every step I failed at every step. So I know exactly how they feel. And, you know, I even do public speaking. I should have did public speaking a long time ago because I had something to say. And, you know, I said it in your interview, but I didn't say it enough. You know, I kind of was like, it's my thing. You know, the youth wouldn't understand. But I think the biggest problem I see now is everybody's bashing these young kids, saying they're soft and they're snowflakes. So change them then. You know, help them. Don't knock them down. And that's what I mean. Same thing about racism, you know. Don't knock them down. Help them, man. All those uneducated people that are racist, hey, ban them. You want to ban them and make them go for a year or two in some course on racism. Is there a course in racism in soccer or in school? I don't know. I don't know if high school has a racism class. I don't know. I think we need to educate people. You know, I think That's the most important thing.
So, like your standpoint is like from a stance, like a compassionate stance, whereas is that it?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like your standpoint is like you're looking at like if someone is so, you know what I mean, bitter, angry, and resentful that
Yeah.
they're making these disgusting like chants at a stadium. Like, what does that say about them? Like, what does that say about their life?
It's
Is it kind of like look at like it's like sad and pathetic? Is that kind of what you're saying?
yeah, you know, I think they have to be educated, you know, but it's your environment. If your environment isn't right, then you're only a product of your environment. My environment made me this way. It made me strong. It made me not give up. It made me, you know, I don't need to get a UPS job, but I want to, you know. I would love working hard. You know, I love helping. I love making money. I didn't chase the money. I never chased it. I just said, you know what? I'm gonna make it, and you know, and just gotta believe in yourself. But I think a lot of these things are your environment. I just think I can't change your environment. That's something that I can't do. And, you know, whether UEFA or FIFA does whatever on racism, I mean, you got to dig deep. You got to have these soccer players go deep inside the communities all over. Every professional should be going in communities and speaking to them, because you will find some of the racist parents. You'll find them, and you have to change them, you know, as much as you can.
With your YouTube channel, is that kind of you stepping out of your comfort zone?
So much, man.
It is, because same with me, really, because my thing is writing. So
Yeah.
I see now, you know, in the corner of my screen it says live with people watching, and it's kind of traumatizing. I guess traumatizing in a good way, because it's forcing me to step out of my comfort zone.
Tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. I don't want
Yeah.
people to watch me. I don't, but you know, I mean, I motivate people. You know, I'm not a motivational speaker, but I think my experience is motivational. I think my path is motivational. I think you won't find many athletes like me that's been told that he won't be anything in grade school. They're told that he'll be a janitor. Were they wrong? Yes and no. The things I was doing in grade school wasn't really good. I showed them bad things, and then I smiled after. That wasn't cool. So they seen the bad things, and they said, this is what you're going to be. And I said, nah, I'm not that person. I'm not a bad person. I went to high school. I played every sport. I never complained. I played 4 sports every year. I didn't say I'm going to pick one sport. I decided to play everything. I'm not a one-sport person. That's silly. For me, personally, that's silly. I can't devote myself to one thing because I feel like I'm a multi-sport athlete. So, I mean, so for me to get on this camera and stuff, on this YouTube, it's tough. I'm trying to be a perfectionist and everything, trying to set up everything. Oh, man, I'm trying to make sure my hair line ain't going too far. Man, and boy, that stuff look, oh, boy, I look like, what's that? Man, but yeah, no, it's really tough. But if I can just get, for me, the YouTube thing isn't a financial thing for me. For me, it's like, man, you know, I can impact soccer players and other sports players that want to come to the channel. I can motivate them. You know, I can start off by showing them, I'm not going to give you the blueprint, but I can show them some exercises and then speak to them. And I'm not going to be doing the YouTube channels where you're not going to see a mistake. I'm not perfect. I am going to show you the mistakes, because when I look at YouTube, you can't be that perfect. You can't be that perfect. And then I look these people up, and no offense to any hustlers, because they hustle. That's their hustle. I'm not going to knock them. I ain't even going to say their name. But I feel as though if you ain't lived that life, don't speak on it. But if you're a hustler and people accept it, hey, if they want to put a blindfold over your eyes and you don't see it, then so I'm here to open everybody's eyes and you know, talk about university, grade school. There's so many different aspects, and teach some exercises that I think we're all into this tactic, man. You know, I had this argument, and they probably gonna watch this, but I'm gonna say this if I can. I don't feel weight training is important from grade school to high school. I don't think so. If you're a soccer player, you need to build a relationship, especially in Canada, with your feet and the ball.
No weights, like, at all?
No, you don't need it. You don't need it. Playing against these European people and watching people like Dwayne, watching people like Julian. Ask Atiba Hutchinson ask Julian, ask these guys that played, ask Kenny if in high school, and I don't care about athletes or soccer is a bunch of athletes. Oh, they're skilled. You know, you have to, I think in Canada soccer, we have to start not worrying about tactics. We have to build the relationship with the foot and the ball. There's no relationship. They can be athletes, but they can't kick a ball. They can't pass the ball. Their technique is off. And that's something that I'm going to teach in my channel. That's a whole technical thing.
Also, I forgot to mention earlier, sports, it runs in your family, I think.
Yeah.
There's, I believe your cousin, he plays in the Canadian Football League.
Boy.
And I believe your brother, if I remember correctly.
Hey, you got to go on my cousin, Michael Carter. If any athlete, if you like me, you got to see him. You got to watch. He is an animal. Like, he will motivate anybody. No matter what sport you play, he's got a chip in his shoulder. He's got a chip in his heart. And when you have that, you're always trying to prove yourself. But sometimes you'll prove yourself and just go even beyond what you thought you could. And that's him, man. I got that, but man, he's got that, like. And my big brother, he played for St. Louis Rams and the Eagles. My twin went to Cleveland State for a year, and then he went to Marshall University in Virginia. And then he tried out for professional teams there. So, yeah, you know, there's a lot. I got a lot of brothers too, and some of them, they ain't go far in soccer. Don't get it twisted. It's not, you know, it's in our blood. But if you're not gonna work hard, you know, it doesn't really matter.
To cap off, I should ask: is there something I forgot to mention or ask you that you would like to mention? Maybe like where can people check out your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so my YouTube channel is CT2 ADEMOLU. I'm also on Instagram. It's Complete Technical Training. And then I got my personal Instagram, you know, Steven ADEMOLU. But everything is kind of incorporated with like my life and complete technical soccer training. So, no, you know, I'm not going to tell people to subscribe. Just watch, you know. You want to subscribe? Go ahead. You'll hear me say this on my channel too. If you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm not forcing you. I just want to be able to motivate as many kids as possible. And, you know, if I can get one kid out of 100 kids that look at that channel and they're like, damn, like he's speaking to me. That man, oh, I feel him, or oh, I've been in that. And that's my goal for my channel. And, you know, that's it, man. I mean, I don't know. I ain't got too much more.
Well, thank you, Steven, for taking the time to speak with me for the Urban Book Circle. I appreciate it, and I hope we can speak again sometime.
Hey, anytime, man. I appreciate you having me.
Thanks again.